When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson flushed out right. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. From the 17, Watson. There's the stiff arm. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Well, Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the 1st-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and finally down at the 9-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Finding room to the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Wide, get wide.
A first down carry now for Miller. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second down 6 at the Raiders' 47-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, he's going to loft one. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. 81 yards, and the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 2nd down, it's Miller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down.
All day, baby. Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You don't want none. Get it. Shut.
On first down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
To throw is Watson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Three bud.
Check. Hey, alert. Check, hot route. Hot. Hey, 31. Hayward.
They're going for it. It's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. That was a bit of a desperation throw on fourth down. Both receiver and defender go up for it, but he got it. Now they're set up really nicely.
On the other side of the ball, absolute frustration. He was right at the hip of the receiver the entire time, but desperation won.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and goal.
Hey, 31.
Everybody, Mike 20. All right.
Here we go.
Let's go, D. Let's go. That's it. Hey, let's get there. Hey, Mike 20.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
41 Mike. Raider 2.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check. Lucky. Raider 9. Hey, shoot.
37 to Mike 37. I'm coming.
Now Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man. It's his fullback. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
A gain of 13 yards.
This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
What down? 180. Watch twist.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Carr now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here we go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, it's Fells. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
What is that? 19. They can't hang with us. Showing it.
On second down, here's Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
I got it. Double time. Hey, 4 down. Hey, alert. Joker.
Here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. A 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 39-yard line.
Hey, 59. 52.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. Watson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, we're good. You ready? That's it.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. On second down now. Richard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Mike. You want it, eh? Mike. I got you.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. offensively with the lead. You want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Express. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Come through. Come. Watch the 80 weapon. Express. Switch.
Carr gives to Rashard. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Jacobs now. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. 39 yards there, a big one. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now a first down throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, throw left side, complete. It's Fuller. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Binds, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. To try again after the sack. Watson being chased out left. Now and this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here. Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there. Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they? Well, plus they have a police escort. Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this. No. So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us. Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for Oakland, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story